The 6 authors will be presenting their work published in Engaging the Self, Theory and its Applications in Psychoanalysis. Dr. John Mills and Dr. Ron Nasso were the editors, as well as the creator of this idea as a way to showcase the scholarship of the Adelphi faculty. I'd like to thank the panelists for their contribution to our field and for today's presentation. I also see that our dean, Jacques Barber, is here, so we want to thank you for supporting us and the panelists. Through the postgraduate program at Derner, we're able to offer you all CE credits for today's event, so please make sure to follow the instructions in the chat box. We've asked Dr. Ron Nasso to present a brief bio of each speaker before he or she presents their work.
You know, when I think about how this book, how John and I conceived this book, I think that it in part was inspired by Paul Stepansky's 2009 book, Psychoanalysis in the Margins. I know many in this audience are familiar with it. As you know, Stepansky was the editor of the now defunct Analytic Press, and his book tells really a sad story of the decline of psychoanalytic publishing. One of the issues that Stepansky highlights, among a number of issues, is the rise of pluralism, which he sees as causing or playing a major role in the splintering of a once cohesive discipline and resulting in its marginalization in the sciences. But one concrete result is a very limited audience for psychoanalytic books. Many of us are old enough to remember how influential the works of writers like Erik Erikson and Erich Fromm, Charles Brenner, even Otto Kernberg and Heinz Kohut were, and how widely they were read to, I think, appreciate some of the changes that have transpired. You know, Larry Rosenberg and I, Larry will be actually presenting momentarily, have often talked about the good old days when the Kernberg-Kohut debate was unfolding in real time and how we would rush to the bookstore to buy their new books because we wanted to get, we wanted to get the latest. We wanted to get the news flash on what they were thinking and how they were thinking. So when John Mills and I discussed this project, what we wanted to do really was to accomplish two simple goals. I think first, to offer the very diversity of voices and perspectives within psychoanalysis that Stepansky views as problematic. I think the second, as Megan already mentioned, was to really showcase the work of our wonderful faculty by making it available not just to the Adelphi community, but to a worldwide audience. I mean, what better way to accomplish both goals than by making previously published book chapters available to people who might not otherwise have seen the work. But before I stop, just on a more personal note, I think this project really was inspired by John and my wish to give something back to the Adelphi community. I'm sure I speak for John when I say that we're really thrilled to be here. And as I've said privately to Amira many times, I feel like I finally found my professional home. So we hope that Engaging the Self will be the first volume in an annual series. And we're going to be discussing that possibility with Routledge shortly.